The reason why you're not getting hundreds of subs every day from your Instagram operation is because you're not paying attention to the data. You've got no strategy, no methodology, you're just posting blindly and hoping to get great results. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 Instagram KPIs that we use here at TDM with our team to manage and measure the content that we're posting to ensure that we're always improving and we're consistently going viral every single week. Before we get into the video, I'm going to make the assumption here that you already have a creator who, 1, has a strong niche and branding, and 2, that creator is already providing you with enough organic content each week to ensure that you have at least 1 post per day per Instagram account. If that's not the case, then I'd recommend that you go back and look through the channel and find some other videos on those topics. The first KPI that we measure is based on views or reach. It's described as VTFR, which stands for view to follower ratio. Essentially, this is just describing how many views your videos have in comparison to how many followers the account has. For example, if you have 1 million followers and your videos achieve 100,000 views, you've achieved a 10% VTFR ratio. At TDM, we have a 50% VTFR ratio as our KPI. So in that example, with 1 million followers, you'd need to, of course, achieve 500,000 views in order to pass. Most agencies or creators will be able to tell you how many views their videos get. But unfortunately, that's typically where they stop, and they don't really look at any of the other data around the videos that Instagram give you in order to decide whether that piece of content was actually good or not. It's important to remember that whilst reach and views are great, they are ultimately vanity metrics, and we're not being paid on reach, we're being paid on conversion. So yes, it's an important KPI to have, of course. We all want to go viral, we all want to get millions of views, but the other 4 KPIs in combination are really what help you decide whether a piece of content was actually successful or not. This is data that you can get from the insights of each video, and essentially what we're looking at here is hooks, right? How many people make it past the first 3 seconds? A good hook will make a good video, and a bad hook will destroy a video. I don't care how good your content is. If you've posted a video that's, let's say, 30 seconds long, and the first 2 seconds are not engaging enough, people will simply not stop scrolling, and they will keep going and going and going, because ultimately, people are on a hedonic treadmill trying to get as much dopamine from their feed as they possibly can. If your content does not stop them in their tracks and keep them gripped for at least a couple of seconds, you will have lost them in the video, and all of the other seconds in the video will have gone to waste. Here at TDM, our KPI for retention is 60%, so that we want at least 60% of all the people that view the video to make it past the first 3 seconds. That is what signifies to us that we've got good hooks in our short form content. Our third KPI is based on watch time. Watch time just describes the average number of seconds that each viewer will actually consume of that piece of content. KPIs that we have in place at TDM vary depending on the length of the video, and we'll put those on screen so you can take a look. We want every single viewer to consume as many seconds of content as possible for each of our creators. That way it signals to the algorithm that this is a strong piece of content. We've already discussed the hook. If they make it past the first 2 to 3 seconds, and they've also watched an additional 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds of content, that's another indicator to Instagram that this piece of content is worth rewarding, and we should push more and more people through to it, which rewards us with reach. The fourth KPI that we use is engagement rate. The way that we calculate this is adding up all of the individual engagements, that can be likes, comments, shares, saves, dividing that by the total number of views, and then timesing that by 100. That will give us a percentage. We are looking for a 5% engagement rate on all of our content. Again, this is quite a steep target to meet, but it ensures that all of the audience and the people that have consumed the content are very much engaged with that. And it also gives us a strong correlation between how many of those viewers will actually convert into paying subs. What we've seen and noted is that the higher the engagement rate on a piece of content, the more likely that piece of content will convert to paying subscribers. The fifth and final KPI that we measure here for short form content is the follow rate. Again, quite self-explanatory. This just describes how many people who viewed the video turned into a conversion, i.e. actually followed the account from that specific piece of content. The way that we measure this is the total number of people that followed from the video divided by the number of views the video has times 100 will give you your percentage. The KPI that we have for follow rate is 0.5%. Follow rate, even more so than engagement rate, does give a strong indicator in our experience from the data that we have in how many people will actually convert to paying subscribers. Even if that person doesn't convert straight away and they follow the account, maybe they follow it for a week, maybe they follow it for a month or a year, the likelihood is eventually they will end up converting after they've been hit with CTA after CTA after CTA. Our team at TDM are bonused based on meeting these 5 KPIs. So for every piece of content that they achieve all 5 KPIs, they're given a small bonus. This incentivizes the team to do well. It also means that we are getting paid based on how well the content performs. After you've watched this video, you should go and look at your Instagram accounts, look at the last 5 pieces of content that you posted, go through each of the 5 KPIs, and I promise you it will highlight exactly where the issue is. The point of these KPIs is to notify us of where we are weakest in our content strategy. If, for example, you look at some reels and you notice that, okay, KPI number 1, your reach, maybe we get a tick, we achieve 50%. KPI number 2, retention, maybe we fell short, maybe we got 40% instead of 60%. That tells you exactly what the issue is with that piece of content. That is why these 5 KPIs are so powerful. It highlights the issue in the content that you can then go and action to improve. As another example, if you have achieved reach and you've also achieved retention, great job, you've got a bunch of views, you've also got a decent hook, but you've fallen short on your watch time KPI, that tells you again that your content is not engaging enough. You've got a really strong hook, people are hooked in, people watch the first few seconds, and then they fall off. And the reason for that would be that the rest of the content is not engaging. You've not re-engaged them throughout that piece of content. So then you can look at the video and you can say, okay, where does this get boring? Where's the dead space? What can we trim? What can we edit? What can we change? Make it more engaging, try again. The framework that I've just described to you guys will help you improve your short form content so significantly that I'm sure if you implement this and you're consistently hitting all 5 KPIs with your content, you will get more traffic. If you look at your content and you look at the KPIs and you're still not really sure where you can improve, you're more than welcome to send your examples into the TDM Business Telegram, which is linked in the description of this video, and either myself or the team can help you try and improve your content.